Oh, so today we're going to do like a deep, deep dive, you know,
Oh, yeah. Into what?
hate.
Hate, huh? Heavy stuff.
Yeah, but fascinating though, right?
Oh, absolutely. Always timely, unfortunately.
Right. Sadly. So we've got this clip from Tosha Strong.
Okay, yeah, from YH8ME TV.
Yes. And she really got me thinking about like the impact of hate, but not just on, like individuals, but like on society as a whole.
Right, right. It's like she's saying it's not just a personal problem.
Yeah.
It's a societal
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, and she's not just like throwing that out there,
Right.
She gives you like concrete examples. Like think about it, how can any community really function
Yeah.
if everyone's just walking around terrified of each other?
Oh, yeah.
Or how do we solve like the big problems, the big issues if we're
Oh,
so
man.
busy like, fighting amongst ourselves over every little difference?
It's so true. It's like it makes me think about like the history of segregation in the US, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
how that like crippled black businesses for, I mean, decades. I
Absolutely.
think it's a hate having a real world economic impact.
Totally. It's not just like, feelings and hurt.
Right.
This is real tangible stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And it's limiting everybody, it's not helping anyone.
Yeah.
And Tasha also brings up this point about like the global rise in hate crimes.
Right.
We're seeing it everywhere. Attacks on minorities, shootings, it's
Scary stuff.
yeah. Yeah, it is. It's really scary stuff.
And it's like when I hear about this stuff, it makes me think about like my own kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
And the world they're growing up in.
Yeah.
It hits close to home.
I can only imagine.
But even beyond like the headlines and the big stories, you have to think about the trauma
Oh, yeah.
that all of those victims are carrying.
Right, the lasting impact.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't just a news story that we consume and move on from. These are real people whose lives are shattered.
Exactly.
And they're struggling to feel safe, to function,
Mm-hmm.
and that impacts all of us.
It really does. And there's this one part where Tasha says, hate breeds violence.
Yes.
And it's so true.
So powerful.
We see it physically, obviously, but the emotional violence is just as bad.
I would argue that it's even worse because
Yeah.
it's so insidious, right?
Yeah.
It gets under your skin
Right.
and it festers.
It creates this cycle too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's like someone's been hurt, so they lash out,
Mhm.
and then they hurt someone else.
And on it goes.
And it just spirals. And it's like all that energy, spent on anger, fear, resentment,
Yeah.
that's energy that is not going towards building anything good.
Right. We're just stuck.
Yeah, spinning our wheels.
That's what I hear Tasha saying, like hate keeps us stuck as a society.
Well, and think about it on a practical level. When you discriminate against someone, when you exclude someone, you're actually limiting your own options.
Whoa.
Right. If only certain people are allowed to contribute, you miss out on all the talents, all the ideas, all the perspectives of everyone that you're excluding.
That's a really good point.
We need everyone on board to really move forward.
I'm kind of getting bummed out though,
Yeah, it's heavy.
But Tasha's not all doom and gloom.
Thank goodness.
She says we can change this.
She does. And that's where it gets really interesting, I think, because she talks about choosing empathy and kindness.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost sounds too simple, right? Like, are those really enough to combat all this deep-rooted hate?
But it can't hurt, right?
No, of course not.
Like imagine if we actually like celebrated our differences instead of being scared of them.
Yeah, what a concept. Think about a world where everyone feels respected and safe to be themselves. Like, that's the kind of world where we can actually unlock everyone's potential. That's the goal.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess what we're taking away from all of this is that, hate has this huge impact on all of us, on individuals, on society.
Yeah.
But we don't have to just like sit here and take it. We can do something.
We can. And this is where you, listening right now, come in.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah, what's one small thing that you can do this week, today even, to push back against hate?
Yeah, what can we do?
Maybe, reach out to someone different from you, someone you don't know that well.
Okay.
Or stand up, if you see prejudice happening around you, even if it's uncomfortable, or even just, make the choice to see the good in people. It sounds simple, I know, but those small acts, they add up. They really do.
They really do.
So, what'll you do?
Yeah, what will you do?
Let us know.